Neal, huge congratulations. You've taken Solihull Moors into the promotion final, and going down so early to pick the team back up again, you must be really pleased of how the lads did this.
Yeah, I didn't have to pick the team back up. They do it themselves. There's 83 goals in a football season tells you that we know how to score goals, and I think the beauty of that, and I've always said it's better to have a team that scores goals even if you concede, because the belief within the squad when you do concede is massive. And I had it at Wimbledon when we got promoted from League Two, and I got it here, and we went 1-0 down. I never for a moment thought we didn't have at least 2 goals in us, and that gives everybody confidence.
As soon as we did concede that goal, you looked around at our team and straight away Joseph Barrow, smallest man on the pitch, but calm down, keep your heads, and there was so much time to work your way back.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you could look at why we conceded, but we it's all a case of at the time just bouncing back. We got back on the ball, we kept playing our game, and the first goal that we scored to equalise was sublime. Great football all the way through the midfield, the slide pass, and like I say, this group of boys have got something that I can only liken it to my Wimbledon group with Akinfenwa and Paul Robinson and players like that. They've got an unbelievable spirit, and they're not a bad team as well.
You spoke a lot about, in the lead up to the game, the mental toughness of the team, and is that exactly what you saw out there today?
Yeah, somebody asked me, I think the chairman asked me in the Q&A before, what did I learn from the players, and it was that it's all about character and mentality. Grimsby keep going to the end to beat Notts, and then what happened yesterday in that game, the roller coaster, it's all about mentality. So if you've got a good football team and you've got a bit of character in there and a bit of mentality, you've got the ingredients to give yourself a chance in a playoff final.
I know you've touched on it already, but that equaliser from Andrew Dallas, he scored 20 plus goals already this season, and you want your talisman to turn up in games like today.
Yeah, he did. I thought, to be honest with you, before they scored, I thought we had 2 great chances to score. Keepers made a great save from Kyle Hoodlin. And I thought at that point, and then when we did score, Kyle Hoodlin's had a 1v1, Dallows was with him, we almost had 2 players that could have gone through and scored, but we've had to dig in. I thought Chesterfield kept asking questions, and we had to dig in. We defended well, they had the 2 big men up front last 10 minutes, and we had to put our bodies on the line, but this team have done that all season.
Going in 2-1 at the break, what was the message? Because I think looking from maybe the outside, that next goal was key.
Yeah, to be honest with you, we looked at, we knew that Paul was getting frustrated, that they needed to be even braver with the way they passed, so we knew they'd try and get a bit more possession, which they did. We talked about how to deal with that, because I thought at times it was too easy for them to work their way through our midfield and get it to Calvin Miller and get him running at Clarkey, so we talked about how to try and stop that. But then we also talked about, although we played from the back and they pressed and we played round their press well, we missed opportunities to get in behind them and cause them problems. When we did cause them problems. So for me, we talked about stretching the game, and I thought we did it 2 or 3 times in the second half. But once we got the third, which was a fantastic header from Callum, once we got that, it was all about game management. At that point, we didn't need to be swashbuckling and keeping the ball and looking magnificent. We needed to do our jobs and say, you're not going to score, it's going to have to be a worldie.
Yeah, and we did so, and particularly Chesterfield have got injuries, but that sort of siege mentality coming into the game, beating Halifax, that must have been at the back of your mind that they're a team with not a lot to lose.
No, absolutely, and like I say, Cookie, he drew out of them something he hadn't been able to for the last 4 or 5 games in the league, and that's dangerous. And we've just seen all the away teams keep winning, and you start thinking, oh God, this isn't going to be a theme where the away teams win. So, and we've also had that 2-week break. They had the nerves of Tuesday night at Halifax. They've come through that test, and then all of a sudden they've got their big game head on, whereas we've had 2 weeks without a game and had to try and prepare ready for a big game. And I thought we got it right, and again, boys do all the stuff. Me and Quinny just guide the ship.
Amazing scenes at the end for the fans who were incredible throughout, and one more push now.
Yeah, of course, it'd be great. Obviously it'd be great if it was Wembley, but West Ham's a fantastic stadium. Grimsby have been unbelievable. I've spoke to Paul Hurst and Doigie before the game. Them two and the way they've conducted themselves and their team have fought for them have been unbelievable. Their fans have been magnificent. I was at the Notts game, so it's going to be a real occasion, and one team's going to go home devastated, one team's going to be celebrating. All we can do is prepare the boys, try and put in a performance. If we can, we're good enough. Let's see.
What does the week look like now? Because we've had a fortnight to prepare for this game, but this one, the turnaround's a bit quicker, and obviously it's the final, so you've got the added age of stopovers.
Yeah. There's lots to it. People don't don't realise with a final, you know, players' tickets, complimentaries, all that kind of stuff. You have to kind of get that out of the way early. We had it with Wimbledon at Wembley. You get that stuff out of the way, box it off by a certain day, so that the rest of the week's all about preparing for the game. And we'll do that. We've just had a chat with the boys there. I know how that works. We'll manage that situation, and hopefully, you know, we'll get to the final in one piece in a good place, and then it will be a case of the best team winning.
Okay, cheers, Ellen.
Thank you. Thank you.